Hello everyone, today a power amplifier from Fosi Audio arrived for a video review, namely the MC351 model. All this stuff comes in a box like this. Well, let's not drag out the video, but move on to unpacking. We open the box and here we are greeted by instructions, an optical cable, a USB-C, USB-A cable, a network cable with a 48V power supply. And of course the power amplifier itself from Fosi Audio model MC351 with a Bluetooth antenna. So what exactly is the MC351? It's Fosi Audio's released all-in 2-channel amplifier powered by the Texas Instruments TPA3255 chip. For those that know the Fosi range, I view this as the natural evolution of the MC101 or BT20A Pro. Indeed, it seems to blend various aspects of those two models and add some extra functionality on top. The result of this is a good-looking device that can pretty much do everything that a typical home user would want, and all from a single compact unit. For inputs there are RCA, optical, USB, coaxial and Bluetooth 5.3 options, whereas for outputs there are the usual 2-channel speaker binding posts, a pair of binding posts for a passive subwoofer, as well as a pre-out option for those that want to use an active subwoofer, active speakers, or an additional amplifier. It doesn't have the XLR in from the ZA3 amplifier, but that's a rather different device to this one, and I suspect that most normal home users won't really care about the lack of that functionality. On the front of the device, it proves to be a great looking device and something that friends and family members have all commented on. There is the now ubiquitous orange on-off volume knob, bass and treble knobs, and a simple button to scroll through the various inputs. Lastly, there is a VDU on the left-hand side. The unit itself appears to take the same form factor as the other models, but this is perhaps a touch taller, at least to my eye. It's a very pleasingly compact with good proportions, something that can be shown as a feature of a room, instead of needing to be hidden away like so many other electrical devices. It comes down to individual taste of course, but personally I love the design language that Fosi Audio used in its latest products. There's just something good about the orange and black combination, the soft warm lighting of the VDU units, and the obvious presence of the vacuum tubes in some of their products. For many people this won't matter at all, as it's solely about the quality of the sound. But in my opinion, there's no reason why you shouldn't try to have both. At the end of the day, I want to listen to good quality sound reproduction, but also enjoy the actual music, and not just listen for imperceivable differences between one component and another. I want to actually enjoy the whole experience, and how the unit looks, how the knobs feel, etc. all contribute to this. I have no idea if Fosi Audio have thought about their products in this way or not, but in my opinion they are doing a great job of offering that all-round good experience with their products. So how does it sound? And does the actual experience of using the MC351 reward as much as the good looks and the specs promise? The short answer is yes. That's not to say everything is perfect, more on that later, but I can honestly say that the 2 weeks I tested this device were incredibly enjoyable, and I would recommend this device without hesitation. And for me and my use cases, listening to music in my home office and using it as an amplifier for my TV in the main living room, it exceeded all expectations. My first test, and also my main use, is streaming audio via Bluetooth. Connecting to the MC351 was really easy and extremely fast, noticeably faster than other devices for some reason. It's just a case of turning the orange volume knob to turn the device on, something I really appreciate as I hate devices with the push-to-talk approach, where you don't know what volume is about to burst out of the speakers, and then just searching for the device on your phone, your laptop, etc. That's it. Nice and simple. With the bass and treble controls set to 12 o'clock, the first thing I immediately noticed about playback was how balanced the sound was. It really was pleasing. I tried a playlist containing a variety of music styles to get a good feel for what the MC351 was all about. Tracks ranged from the classic jazz at the pawn shop to folk tracks with acoustic guitar. More rock-oriented tracks from Muse and Metallica, blues from Gary Clark Jr., and then on to the Beastie Boys and Avicii for something a little more lively. In every case, the sound was detailed and didn't disappoint. Overall, I felt like a little boost in both the bass and treble would have noticeably improved the sound. This may have more to do with my speakers than the amp, it's hard to tell. This brings me to perhaps two things I didn't like about the MC351. The first was the sensitivity of the treble and bass controls. Even a small change to any of these results has a huge impact on the sound, making it difficult to really dial in the perfect sound. Lots of tweaking, stepping back to listen, then going back and undoing some of the settings you just changed, etc, etc. It's fair to say that now that I've got it all set up, I haven't felt the need to tweak anything since, so for a one-off thing I suppose it's forgivable, but I'm not sure why it should be that way. Why not just make these knobs more progressive and allow for finer tuning of the sound, given that more than a small adjustment affects things so much that no one is likely to want to push the sound that hard. Yeah. Related to this is the second thing I found a bit inexplicable, which is the fact that the treble knob is on the left and the bass knob on the right. Others may be used to this setup, but for me it really doesn't make sense, and many times after setting one setting the way I want it, I'll listen to another, try to change it, and find that I've turned the wrong knob and messed up the previous setting. Considering how sensitive the controls are, it made the whole thing really annoying. Ultimately, it's a really minor, albeit annoying issue, and now that everything is set up the way I like it, I don't feel the need to change anything very often, if at all. While I'm at it, there's one other thing I'd like to bring up here, and that's the lack of a clear marker on the knobs to show their position. There's a tiny notch, but it's nearly impossible to see unless the light hits it just right. A tiny white or orange dot would have made all the difference. If I was to be picky, given that this is a device that's trying to be an all-in-one amplifier, the lack of a balance control feels like a bit of an obvious missing feature. The reality of people homes are that most people don't have dedicated rooms that are perfected for acoustic properties. Speakers can't always be put in the ideal places, and the presence of furniture, windows, etc. all change the way that the different speakers contribute to what you hear. My experience is that a balance control is a good way to restore some of the inherent biases that can slip in. I'm not sure how this could be squeezed into the front of the unit though, without disturbing the aesthetics. But perhaps it could have been added on the rear of the unit, since it's unlikely to be changed regularly. Just a thought. The VDU meter is almost the complete opposite. I genuinely have no idea how this is useful, as opposed to having separate ones for left and right channels. However, I love it being there. Having it lit up in a dimly lit room and just seeing that needle bounce around is an absolutely joy. So this is the weak point of the MC351 in my opinion, and I'm sure most people would say these are minor issues, and they would be right. So it's really a testament to how good this unit sounds and how impressed I am with it overall. The quality is superb and maintains clarity as the volume is cranked up to max. As for volume, the unit is rated at 2x 165W RMS plus 350W into 4 ohms. I have no way of verifying whether this is true or not, but I can say that with the provided 48V power supply, the MC351 is louder than I ever imagined it could be in daily use in my Yiskitki 6 meter rooms. At full volume, it's not uncomfortable, maybe that's what you need for a lively party, but I can imagine that for some people, that might not be enough. Fosi Audio sells a 32V power supply if you need less. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed testing the MC351 and can honestly say that it is a near-perfect unit that fits into my lifestyle and what I want from a hi-fi system. Is it the perfect unit for everyone? Of course not, and many hi-fi fans love the challenge of optimizing every single component and having full control over everything, but I feel that this is not the point of the MC351. It is a very flexible amplifier that delivers high-quality sound in an easy-to-use and attractive package. This means that it is suitable for many people. And that's all from me. You can buy it using the link in the description. Thank you all for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye everyone. Ciao.